Welcome in, you guys. Welcome in. We're going to be doing some college algebra tonight. So if you know anybody struggling to pass college algebra or they're taking a summer class and they're on exponents and logs, share this live out for them. Hey, K-Sky. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good evening. Yes. Hope you had a wonderful and blessed weekend. Hello, Latoya. Good night. Good night. Hello, hello. I sent out the worksheets, you guys. So hopefully everybody got their worksheets. Because I did send them. Hello, brown skin Barbie. Welcome in, you guys. So we're going to be doing some college algebra tonight. So, yeah, some of this stuff ain't going to apply like for the GED. But some of it may. Like this one probably might. I haven't really seen these on the GED. So this stuff tonight, remember, is for college algebra, you guys. And we're going to hit it, okay? And hopefully everybody got the schedule of what we're doing what. We have ASVAB Monday and Wednesday this week. GED on Monday night and Tuesday. And then we have a lot of TSI/PERT stuff this week, okay? All right. I'm taking the T's. I think this will be on it. Okay. All right. All right. T's. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Will this... this, but when we get into I don't think logs are on. Like when we start to solve the logs later on in the worksheet, I don't think logs is on the T's. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure. All right, let's start, you guys. So it says solve 4 to the x power equals 64. Yep. So whenever we're trying to solve something like this, we want to see if we can get it into the same power. And what do I mean by that? Well, if we keep this 4 to the x, we have to think about 4 to the what power here? So how many 4s do we have to multiply to get us to 64? Well, if we do 4 times 4, that's 16. And if we do, good, Latoya, yes. And if we multiply by another 4, that will give us 24, carry the 2, 64. So it would take 3 4s to get us to 64. So we put 3. Now let me write that. 4x equals 4 to the third. Whenever you have the same base, what the rule is, hey, Mud. Hello, Mud. Welcome in. Mud, did I get you? Did you see the email? Please confirm you got the worksheets, because I know there's some new subscribers that I wasn't able to get their worksheets out to them. Hey, Ordinary. So there's a rule that says if you have the same base, 4, then we could set those exponents equal to each other. And so, yes, B would be our answer. So, Mud, let me know if you got the email sent out. It should say week 9, Impact Math 19, worksheets for live stream. All right, let's go to 3, you guys. So it says solve 5 to the x power equals 1 over 125. All right, so let me rewrite this. Now remember, we're trying to think of how many 5s it takes us to get to 125. Do we know? Put it in the chat. How many 5s does it take us to get to 125? Hey, Treasure, welcome in. Good, country girl Ashley. Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm glad you got them. And I hope welcome in, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful, peaceful, relaxing, rejuvenating weekend. 5 to the what power? Well, if we come to the side, we're asking ourselves, how many 5s do we have to multiply? Well, 5 times 5 gets us 25. And if we multiply by another 5, hey, Bubba. Perfect, Bubba, because we got, I sent out the emails to you. So you got the schedule. We're going to be doing ASVAB. I know you got your test Thursday. So I did the ASVAB for you on Monday and Wednesday this week, okay? Perfect. Good. And then have a wonderful night at work. So 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. So see how it takes us 5 3s? So we put 5 to the third now. We're almost there. Yes, of course. Potato salad. Welcome to the pack family. Welcome, welcome. Danielle, you said A? Wonderful. Okay, Danielle said A. Yes, Danielle. Welcome, potato salad. Make sure you DM me your email, and then I will get you the schedule and the worksheets out for the live streams for this week, okay? Welcome, welcome. All right, so how do we move this 5 to the third power up? Well, what we're going to do, you're going over ASVAB tomorrow? Yes. ASVAB tomorrow at 1 Central Time. PM. 5 to the X equals 5. Now, remember, when we bring this up, you guys, we bring it up to the negative third because it's positive down here. So we have to bring it up, and we're going to say 5 to the negative third. Hello, Jacinda. Jacinda, I will, when I jump off of here, I might just send you a picture tonight, okay? Because I've been thinking about like how I'm going to write all that. But I think I'm just going to like send you a picture of where the mistake was and how the correct answer, okay? I'm just sending you a picture. I'm not going to make a video for it. And then we're going to do X to the negative 3. And that is going to be our answer. Beautiful, Danielle. Like Danielle said, it's going to be A. Remember, whenever you have to bring it up, it makes the exponent negative. Okay. All right, let's go to number 5. Solve e to the x equals 5. Okay, e to the x equals 5. So let's talk about it. Now, if you haven't taken college algebra yet, or I would say algebra 2, maybe, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, you said A for this, Latoya? Okay. In order for us to cancel out the E, there's a specific thing that cancels out an E. You know how when we say x squared and then we do a square root to cancel out the square? Does anybody know what cancels out an E? What's the inverse of an E? No? See? Okay. So this is what you do. I'm going to rewrite this. E to the x equals 5. Well, what can cancel out an E is a natural log. They say ln. But we can't just do ln to one side, you guys. We have to do it to both. And when you take the ln, what ends up happening is the exponent goes in front. So we write this as x ln E equals ln 5. Well, this will cancel, and then we will have x equals ln 5. So, good, Jacinda. Perfect. So C is our answer. C is our answer, you guys, for this one. Any questions? So what cancels out an E? is a natural log. They call this natural log, ln. You'll see it on your calculator. So like here, see how ln's right here, natural log, and then you see how the ex is like right next to each other because they are inverses of each other. Okay. All right, let's keep on going. If no questions, did everybody have a good weekend? I should ask that. How was our weekend, you guys? Pack family? Was it decent? Yes, I slept. It was amazing. I love it, K-Sky. Hey, me and you did the same thing. I promise you. It was like, man, I just really rested. Like, I feel so good, ready to attack this week. And man, I just really that is exactly my same weekend. I'm ready for all the soccer practice, the everything to throw at me, okay? It was relaxing, did yoga, and went to the country dance club. Ooh, nice. Nice. Latoya, you got x equals 3 for this one? Beautiful, Latoya. All right, so here we have 10 to the x equals 1,000. See? Okay, Danielle says see. Good, you guys. So we're going to say 10 to the x. Now, remember, we want to write this as a base of 10. So what we're asking ourselves is, how many 10s do we have to multiply to get us to 1,000? Well, 10 times 10 times 10 is 3 times. And so that's when we say x equals 3, like you guys said. Hello, Velasco. Hello, hun. All right, let's go to number 4. Solve 2x plus 1 equals 16. Okay, we're trying to get it into the same base. So we could write 16 as 2 to the what power, you guys? How many 2's does it take to multiply to itself to get us 16? Put it in the chat if you know. Or put it in the chat if you think, you don't have to know, but if you guess something. Okay, so you said A, Danielle? Okay, you got A for this one? Man, Danielle, you on fire! 3? Okay. Latoya, you too. So 2, so let's go over here. So what you're literally going to do is 2 times 2, that's 4. Times another 2, that would give us 8. Times another 2, that would be the 16. So how many 2's did it take us? Well, it took us 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Danielle. Hello. Welcome in. Pack family, Danielle, make sure you got your worksheets. I did send out the new worksheets to everybody. So if I did not get you, please let me know. Okay. So now that we have the same base, put x plus 1 equals 4. And then we solve. We have a positive 1. We got to subtract 1 to both sides. And that's going to give us x equals 3. And yes, like you guys said, A is a beautiful answer. Wonderful, you guys. All right, what about number 6? Now, Danielle, Latoya, did you guys solve it this way, or did you just do the plug-in? Which way are you guys doing it? Like, are you plugging in the answers to see which one it is? Yes? Okay, beautiful. So let me show you guys that way, right? Let's say I'm looking at this thing. I don't remember how to solve it. Remember, that's the beauty in multiple choice. What we can always do, you guys, okay, Danielle said yes too, okay, is we can always just plug in our answers and see which one gives it. So, for instance, if I'm always guessing C, like that's one I'm always going to guess. Well, I could start with C and then I could plug in. So I could put 2 plus 2 equals 9. Now, 2 plus 2, because remember, I'm plugging in 2 for that x. That will get me to the 4th power. Does 3 to the 4th power equal 9? No, it does not. This equals 81. And 81 doesn't equal 9, so we know C is not an option. And then you would just go on and on like that. Now, do any of these answers work? I don't think any of these answers work. So I think I might have to fix this, you guys. Because if 2 is too big, it has to be. Yeah, Danielle said no, none of them work. Yeah, because if 2 is already giving us 81, it has to be like, it has to be 0. We need 0 in here. So let's see. Let's do it the way we were solving it, though. Because if you're in college algebra, your professor might want you to show your work. So 9 to the what power, right? We're thinking, how do we get 9? Well, 3 times 3 gets us 9. So that's 2 3s. Now that we have the same base, we can set our exponents equal to each other. So we say x plus 2 equals 2. And how do we get that x by itself? Opposite of plus, minus 2. And x would equal 2 minus 2 is 0. And that's what our answer should be. X equals 0. So I got to fix that. Change this one to 0. Okay. So good. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. If you don't have any questions, remember, always ask, Pack Family. If you need me to slow down, just ask. Anything, ask, okay? That's what I'm here for. All right, number 7. Ooh. 2 to the x power equals 0.25. Okay, so let's see what's happening here, right? Okay, how can we write this as a fraction? How is 0.25 as a fraction? Do we remember that? Yes, Jumpy Jan. Hello, Jumpy Jan. Yes, 1/4. Beautiful. There we go. Yes, it is 1/4. A fourth is always a quarter. Perfect. Because remember, my goal is to try to get a base of 2. Well, I see a 4. I'm pretty happy here. Why? Because I can have this 2 times 2, 2 to the 2nd power gets me 4. And then if I want to move it up, what happens to this exponent? It becomes a what? A negative. Because it was a positive in the denominator, so when we moved it up, it has to be, yes, Danielle. Yep. And now that we have the same base, beautiful. We know x equals -2. And A is our answer. So good. All right, now number 9. Number 9 is where it's a headache. Okay? Number 9 is where it actually becomes a headache. And why is it a headache? It's a headache because see how we have a 1 over here, you guys, and we have a 4 here? There's nothing I can do to this to make it go to a 4. Oh, welcome in, Jumpy Chan. No worries. We are doing the college algebra, exponents and log equations tonight. And I sent out the email, so hopefully you got it with the new schedule and new worksheets for this week. Yep. So that's what we're doing tonight. Okay. So now for this one, when you come across something like this is where you have to take the log of both sides, or you could take the natural log of both sides. Well, actually, no, you don't have to do that. That's making it more harder. Remember, we could just plug in too. So we could say if I plug in A, okay, I'm going to say -3 plus 3 because I'm plugging in that -3 for X, you guys, and put 1. Well, -3 plus 3. I borrowed $3 from you. I paid you 3. Where am I at? Well, we at 0. And does anybody know what anything to the 0 power is? What's 4 to the 0 power, you guys? 1. Yes, Jumpy Jan. Anything to the 0 power is always 1. You got to know it. You got to memorize that. Know that like the back of your hand. Because they throw this on tests so frequently, and if a lot of people don't remember this, they always get they like to put 0. No. It's not 0. It's always to the 1. Okay, it goes to 1. And since 1 equals 1 is true, A is our answer. That's why we love multiple choice, you guys. The answer is always there, especially if we can just plug and chug. Okay. We would have to do it this one a little different if it wasn't multiple choice. But I'm sure we'll get there. Okay. All right, let's go to number 8. Let's go to number 8. Okay, it says solve e to the 2x equals 7. Okay, now when we started with the e. If I want to cancel out an e, does anybody remember what cancels out an e? Put it in the chat. If you were here from the beginning, we talked about what cancels out an e. Do we know? Let me rewrite it. E to the 2x equals 7. Okay. When we want to cancel out an e, we're going to take the natural log, ln. Well, we can't do it to one side. We have to do it to the other. So we're going to say, and remember when we do this, what ends up happening is our 2x comes down, these cancel, and we get 2x equals ln 7. Now, you might be thinking like, ln 7, what is that? This is actually a number. It is a decimal, you guys. Comes out to a decimal. But do you see how all our answers, well, most of our answers have the ln. So we don't want to make this a decimal and put it in the calculator. We just want to solve it. They're making us solve it without using a calculator, okay? So how will we get x by itself? What's the last step when we're solving for x? B. Good, Beyonce. Hello, Beyonce. Yes, it is B. Divide. Yes, Jumpy Jan. Wonderful, you guys. Yes, because whenever we have multiplication, to undo that, we divide. And this is our answer. So beautiful. Good. Oh, no worries, S. Barnett. You know, Miss Taylor say if you make it, you're on time. Hey, I made it, okay? But as for now, I did send out the new worksheets. So hopefully you got them in the email. And we're doing the college algebra, expo, and logs equations tonight. And good. I'm glad you got them. Perfect. Good, good, good. Yes. And then you guys could see the schedule. I wasn't here in the beginning, though. What is it? An ln thing? Oh, it's called a natural log. It's the natural log. So I was showing it on the calculator. ln, like they have them on calculators, are ln. And basically it's like a, yeah, it's called a natural log. Let me turn this on. And so whenever you see this natural log, like we said, natural log 7, right? When you see, let me press it. Is it pressing? You guys, I can't with this calculator. I gotta get me a, why is it not working? Okay, clear. Okay. 7 natural log. Why is it? Well, my natural log is not working. Let me press 1. Now let me try it. 1 natural log. Okay. So what I was saying is, it is like when you see that ln 7, that actually is a number. See, it comes out to 1.9459, like all that, okay? So whenever you see ln by a number, you have to know it's going to come, it's like that's actually a decimal. Like it's not like an X. It's not like a Y. Does that make sense? Like ln is actually a number. Just like E is. Like when they have E, the inverse of E. If you hit Shift E, see how you have that E there? And then if we put 7, E is actually a number 2. It actually is 2 point something. If we just do E to the 1, let me see, E to the 1 power. Yeah, see, E is 2.71, you guys. So that's why they say variables can never be E or like ln, because those are actually numbers. Okay. Yeah. Yep. And so that's why this is our answer. ln 7 over 2. So now this one is really hard, okay? This is one of the hardest, and I'm going to show you step by step. If you have this on your test and you're taking college algebra, I'm going to show you how to do this. You will have one of these on your test, you guys. It might not look like this, but it's going to be something with these steps in it, okay? So it gave us a little hint. We're going to multiply this equation by e to the x. So let's do that. So if I have, first I'm going to rewrite it, e to the x plus e to the negative x equals 4, right? And then it wants me to multiply it by e to the x. Okay, well, let's do that. We're going to multiply it by everything. So here, here, here. Okay, e to the x times e to the x. Do we know what that looks like? That's the question. Don't let all these letters throw you off. Remember, when we multiply variables, what do we do with their exponents? Well, we add them, right? And so really this is ex plus x, which is really going to give us e2 to the x. That's how we get e2x, okay? Now, let's do the same thing here. We would get plus negative x plus x. Well, what's x minus x? X minus x is e to the 0. And anything to the 0 power goes to a 1. Okay. I know, it's looking crazy. And then 4 times e to the x, that's never going to make sense in our head. When anybody asks you a number times a letter, squish it together. 4 e to the x. Okay. So what we did first is we used our hint. Multiply everything by e to the x. Okay. Hello, Valdor. Welcome in. So we multiply everything. All right. So now we want to set this equal to 0. So set to 0. Well, how do we set this equal to 0? We got to bring this thing over. How do we bring a positive over? The opposite of positive is minus. And we're going to minus 4e to the x to both sides. So we got e to the 2x minus 4e to the x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, now we like, okay, I still not seeing how we're going to get our answer, right? Because this, what we going to do with this? Well, what we're going to do with this is we're going to factor. And you're like, what? We could factor something like this? We sure can. Let me tell you why we could factor this. We're going to use substitution, a thing called substitution. Hey, Janice, welcome in. I just saw your email when I was live come through. So I didn't get to it yet. I love it. Tell us that. Thank you. Hey, YG, welcome in, love. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love it. Thank you. Tell her I said thank you for letting me know that. Because I've been experimenting, but I feel like that song, like, just is me. You know what I mean? Welcome back to Impact Math with Miss Taylor. Hello, Nina. Hello. So we're going to let e to the x equals u. Okay, that's what we're going to let. YG said, I passed my praxis math. YG! Celebration! YG, amazing. I am so happy for you, love. I know that thing is the best feeling in the world. When you saw that score, I remember that feeling. Congratulations. Thank you. I learned a lot from you. Oh, thank you, YG. Congrats. Everybody, Pack family, let's celebrate our wins. Everybody put congratulations in the chat for YG. Throw in celebration hats. The praxis math is no easy task at all. So congratulations. Thank you for sharing that with me, with us. And yes, I'm so happy. So YG, what's next? So now that you passed that, like, are you going to become, like, you're a teacher now, right? Like, are you there? Are you, what's the next steps? Are we subbing? Are we got our classroom set up? What we doing? Congrats. If you don't mind sharing. Thank you, Jumpy Jan. Thank you guys for celebrating. Yes. All right. So e to the x, and we're going to put a u. Okay. Oh, thank you for grabbing your heart me. Thank you, S. Barnett, for the rose. So we're going to say u squared minus 4u plus 1 equals 0. Okay. And now we're going to try to factor this bad boy. Now, whenever I see something like this, no, Valdor, not tonight. Tonight is Sunday nights are always college algebra. But tomorrow, Valdor, at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to be doing ASVAB. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Okay. The Eve effect, welcome in, love. We're doing college algebra tonight. What is we working on? Yep, college algebra. Okay, good. Yep, perfect. Hello, hello. So now let's solve something like this. We could use quadratic formula. And let's do that. I think that will be the easiest. I'm trying to think, should we use quadratic? Yeah, let's do it. So our quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac. TikToks, don't send me the notifications. Yes, I'm already teaching, but had to pass these to keep my teaching license. Yes, YG. Woo! I remember that too. Okay, it was like, man, we was in the same boat. I remember it was like the last test. Else it was gonna be done. Emergency license. I remember all that journey. Well, congrats. I know that's peace. And here comes, hopefully you can get, what did they, after you do a couple of years, you can get like, what did they change it to? I know you could become like a lifetime license or lifetime something. Yes, I was so happy. Thank you. Yes. Congrats. Good. What'd you say, Valdor? Valdor, you said TikTok don't send me notifications. I know. They be telling me they notifying you guys, and I don't know why they don't be notifying. Y'all the ones that need to be notified. I'm like, who are they notifying? If they don't be notifying y'all. So, yes. Okay, so our A is 1. Remember, the A is always next to the U squared. Oh, good. I get them. Okay, perfect. So it's just not going out to some of them. Okay. And B equals -4 and C equals a +1. Okay. So our B is always in the middle. Our C is right here. And now let's plug into the quadratic. Now this quadratic formula is on the GED for sure. It's on there. We have to know how to factor using the quadratic formula. Okay. Is E 1? Nah, so the Eve effect, E is actually a decimal. Like when you look on your calculator, when you hit this, see how E, and then you put 1. Oh, let me clear that. Hold on, clear. Oh man, I'm just pressing all kind of stuff. Okay. E is actually a 2.17. 2.718. E is this number here, but they write it as E because it goes on and on forever, repeating itself. So what we're about to do is use the quadratic formula in order to solve this, okay? To factor this, to solve it. So let me plug in. So we have -b. So I'm going to put negative. Make sure you put that parenthesis because the B is a -4. Thank you, Nina, for grabbing your heart me. Plus or minus square root B squared -4 to the second power minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is 1, all over 2 times 1. Okay. All right. A negative and a negative is always a positive. So we're going to say 4 plus or minus. Now let's do some -4 times -4, you guys, is 16. I'm going to just write this up here. 16 minus 4 times 1. Did I? 1. Yep. 4 times 1 is 4. 16 minus 4 is going to give us 12. So we would have the square root of 12 over 2. All right. Now let's keep on going because we can simplify this down a little bit. The square root of 12. Let's go back on to our square root rules. Do we remember that, you guys? How to take the square root of 12? Remember, we're looking for pairs. So what times what gets us 12? Well, 2 times 6 does, right? But 6 is 2 times 3. So 4 times 3 gets us 12, or 2 times 2 times 3. Yep, good, the Eve effect, yes, 3 times 4. Well, the square root of 4, or you could take out a 2, this will be 4 plus or minus 2 square root 3, all over 2. So remember, when we take in the square root, we're looking for pairs. Pairs go outside. This doesn't have a pair, so it better stay inside the house so it don't get jumped. And now we're going to divide these by 2, you guys. So 4 divided by 2, well, that's 2, plus or minus. And 2 divided by 2 goes to a 1, square root 3. Well, looky. Look at there. That's what U equals, right? U equals. Do we see something with that? 2 plus square root 3? Now, some of you guys might be like, but where's the LNs on this stuff? I didn't see you have no LNs. And you are correct. Remember, we saw this is for U. Remember, we said let U equal e to the x power. When we first started this, we had to let e to the x equal u. So now, what we're going to do, I know this is so much, you guys. I know. It's crazy. It's a lot. You're going to take this and you're going to plug it in for here. Okay, so let me, and you're going to plug it in for here. Okay, so let me do that. So I'm going to say e to the x equals, remember, this is what my u equals down here. 2 plus or minus square root 3. Well, how do I get what cancels out of e? Always what cancels out of e is a ln. But I can't just do it to one side. I got to do it to the other. Oh, that squished it in there. This cancels and we get x equals ln 2 plus square root 3 or ln 2 minus square root 3. And that's why. Darius, welcome to the Pack family. Welcome in, Darius. Welcome. Good, that's your answer? Well, wonderful. Darius, make sure, welcome to the Pack family. Make sure you DM me your email. Yes, hello. And I do send out the worksheets for the week and the live schedule, okay? So welcome. And that is our answer. A is our answer. So good. I'm glad you got that. The Eve effect. Good. This is one of the hardest, you guys. I mean, the hardest by far. Okay. Is this pre-calc? No, this is college algebra. But you might do some of this in pre-calc. I forgot about the E. Yeah, the natural log. Yeah, that's why we bringing it back. Because we doing exponentials and log equations for the college algebra. Yep. So good. All right, let's do 11, you guys. Yeah, they do E in pre-calc for sure. Yeah. Oh, Okay, Darius. I love it. I remember I did some last semester and it was for pre-calc. I actually didn't like it as much. I feel you on that. That's what I'm saying. That one is crazy. That one is the hardest type for these. Latoya said A for this one. Okay, Latoya. Let's go. Can we get a second or third to that, y'all? What we getting for number 11? So remember, when you're solving something like this, you guys, good. Darius said A too. Wonderful. Our first goal, okay, Danielle said A. No worries with the, yes, it's okay. Thank you, lovely, for the roses. Good, 2 to the 1. Remember, you can always plug in with this stuff. If you don't remember, like, oh, how can I make this a 7? Like, if that doesn't come to your mind, remember, you can always plug in for X. And so, some people are just saying, okay, I'm going to just plug in the 1 here, see if it comes out. Well, 2 times 1 is 2. And then what is 7 to the 2 power? Remember, it does not mean 7 times 2. Never, never. It means 7 times 7. And what is 7 times 7? Well, that's 49 all day. Yep. Good, lovely. Yes. But if you have to show your work on how you're getting it. Yeah, because when it says solve, it's asking you to get the X by itself. Now, you can plug in. But some professors might say, no, you can't plug in. I want you to see the work. I'm grading you off of the work, not your final answer, right? Which some professors have the right to do. I'm doing derivatives and it's heavy with algebra. Yes. Oh, Darius. Oh, yes. Sometimes it's like going back to the basics. You know what I mean? It's like it's the basics that's taking us out with those derivative stuff. So I feel you. Okay, so 7 to the X. Now you guys just told me 49 was 7 to the 2nd power. Well, when we have the same base, we could set our exponents equal. So we do 2x equals 2. And then if we want X by itself, and that's how we get X equals 1. So good, you guys. Thank you, Janice, for the dolphin. Thank you, thank you. Let's go to 13, you guys. Yep, X equals 1. Yay, good, good. Okay, for this one, solve 0.5 to the X power equals 8. A little bit, but I don't do it a lot. That would have to be like one of the bonuses. And Darius, if you send me like exactly what you're doing, like send me some problems that you're doing, email them to me. Then I can make like, we could do a bonus. That could be one of the bonuses lives, okay? Because we do bonuses at gmail.com. Yep, trig is in pre-calc, it's in algebra 2, and it's in college algebra, certain ones. Yep. Okay, so send it there. All right, so solve 0.5x equals 8. Okay, so remember our goal with this is to try to think of what base can they go down to. 0.5. How can we write 0.5 as a fraction? Put it in the chat. What is 50 cents as a fraction? Good, Darius. Yes, it is. Good. It is 1/2. Good, Danielle. So this is 1/2, right? And we could say this to the x power. All right, let's get this 8. Let's change this 8 to a base of 2. So 2 to the what power gets us 8? So how many 2's are you multiplying? Jumpy Jan, beautiful. Yes, good. Darius, yes. To the 3, perfect. Now we're almost there, right? Good, country girl Ashley. Yes, we're almost there. I'm confused because you said 50 cents as a fraction, not $1 as a fraction. Yeah, because when you have 0.5, remember that's always a half. So I always look at 0.5 as 50 cents, 2 quarters. So for me, that's a half. Because I think of this as the fourth family. So when we say 0.5, remember 0.25 is always 1/4. So 0.50 is 2/4. But remember, 2/4 can be reduced down to 1/2. If you divide out 2, divide out 2. And then 0.75, well, that's 3/4. It's 3/4. So I always change this to money for me to help me go back and forth between these quickly. And that's how I don't forget what they equal to. Okay. Great. Does that make sense? The Eve effect? Does that make sense? Yes, Nina? Okay, good. Good. Okay. So what we wanted to do is change this 0.5 to a base of 2. Why do I want it a base of 2? Because when we have these both be a base of 2, we can set the exponents equal to each other. So when it says 0.5, we can write this as a half. Now, this is the part, right? Because we have 2 to the 3rd over here, but we have 1/2 here. We want to bring this up. But when I bring this up, what happens to this 1 right here, you guys? What does it become? Put it in the chat if you know. Good, Darius. Okay. Good. Remember, if it's a positive, good, Danielle. Yes. It becomes a -1. But remember, we had this x up here. So we're going to say -1x equals 2 to the 3rd. And then we set these. Bases are the same. Whenever we have this, we can set the exponents equal. And how do we get this x by itself? Divide by -1. And x equals -3. No worries. That's why we here practicing. We bringing back the memories. So good. No worries at all. All right. Good. All right, let's go to 15. So solve e to the x minus 2 equals 0. All right. Now, do we see, you guys, how our answers have some LNs, right? But what we have to remember here, you guys, is I can't take the LN right now. You want to know why I can't take the LN? Because if I take the LN right now, that 2 is what's stopping me from taking it. It's jacking me up right now. So what I first have to do is isolate this. Yes, Darius, ln and e always cancel each other out. The natural log. That's what ln stands for. Good, Danielle. Yes. So Danielle said, well, let's add 2 to both sides. Yeah, let's do it. Perfect. So this is going to cancel. Now I have e to the x by itself. And I have 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. Now that I have e by itself, I could take the natural log on both sides. Because whatever I do to one, I got to do to the other. Good. Yes. There he is. Good. What happens here? They cancel out. X equals. Now remember, this ain't have no e to cancel out. So it's just going to be ln 2. And b, like Darius said, is our answer. So wonderful. Any questions, you guys? Any questions on that? All right, let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it going. Okay, number 12. Solve e to the 3 to the x equals 20. Are you getting A, B, C, or D? What y'all getting for this one? I think it may be B, but I'm not sure. Okay, love it. I don't remember how to do these, so I'm just watching. Okay, no worries. Good. All right, so let's rewrite it. E, yes, it is going to be B. E to the 3x equals 20. Okay, first I have to ask myself, do I have E by itself on one side? Yes, I do. When I have E by itself, that means I could take the ln of both sides. So I could do ln here, ln here. Ln always cancels E. So what's left? Well, the 3x comes down and L of n, 20. Remember, this is a number, you guys, always. When you see that, that's a number. All right, now we just need x by itself. Well, whenever a number is attached to a letter, they're multiplied. To undo that, we're going to divide. And yes, x equals that bad boy right there. And that would be our answer. Oh, thank you, Matt's True Pain, for grabbing your heart me. Let's go to 14, you guys. So it says solve. Okay. Remember, when we have something like this, we're always trying to ask ourselves, can we make 81 go to a 9? Wow, leave it in that form? Yep. Because that form was how they wanted our answer. They didn't want a decimal. They gave it to us in exact form. So we leave it just like that. Good. 9 to second. Good. Jumpy Jam. Let's go. Good. Okay, good. The Eve effect. Good. So you got A for this, Danielle? Okay. So we have x plus 1 equals. Now, Jumpy Jan said we're going to write 9 to the second power because 9 times 9 gets us 81. Perfect. As soon as I see these beautiful bases the same, you know I'm shouting for joy in my head. I'm going to set these equal to each other. And then I'm going to do the work to solve for x. So I have to subtract 1 to both sides to cancel out the addition. And x equals 1. And yes. So what do you guys, how do you guys feel about this? Like, is the hardest part coming out with the same base? Or is it like what to do? Do you guys get what I'm asking you? Or is it all the above? Right? It could be all the above. Okay, they even say I'm confused at what to do. Okay, got it. Takes practice. Yes, yes. Memorizing how to solve the problem. Yes, memorizing how to solve the problem. Got it. Thank you, Danielle, for the roses. Yes. Yep. Okay. So let's go to this one. Now, we haven't done nothing like this, you guys. We did do last Sunday. We did do a little bit of these, just a tiny bit. Okay, so Darius said D for this one. Okay. I'm not fresh out of high school. Yes, yes. Yeah, so it does take some jogging back memory, right? You guys remember that swing I taught y'all last week? Does anybody remember the swing? Remember I was like, if we want to change this log to exponential, I know it's all plug in, divide sides by log. I know it's all plug and play, but I'm struggling to remember how to solve any of them. Got it. Okay. Okay, yes. Okay, Danielle, you remember the swing? Okay. Now, you see how we have, like, when you have something like this, you guys, it's the swing, okay? And I told you to do the swing when you want to go from logarithmic to exponential. So this thing, when we swing this 2 here, what ends up happening is the 2 takes the place of the 3 and pushes it up to make it a little power of 3. So it like swings it and pushes it up. And then it's going to be equal to x. That's how we can get rid of log. So how we can get rid of the log is by changing it to exponential form. This is called exponential form. Oh, okay. Good. Good. Now, what is 2 to the 3rd power? That's the question. Got it. Good, Nina. Danielle said A. Jumpy Jan said 8. Yes, and A is our answer. Good. Okay, so remember, because what does 2 to the 3rd power mean? Right? That's the question. 2 to the 3rd power means 2 times 2 times 2. Whenever you see that power, that's what you're doing. And like, that's what you're writing out. Okay. All right. Good, you guys. Good. We moving. I feel like we moving. Yep. No worries at all. Yep. Always multiply. So good. Yes. Make the mistakes here. Remember, that's the way we learn. We have to make all the mistakes. Make sure we get them out of us. Make sure we understand that it is a mistake. And then that's the way that we get better at math. We have to make mistakes, you guys. Understand that? That's the way you can learn. Okay? So never be sorry about mistakes. That's how you become better. Because that's how Miss Taylor got better. I made a whole bunch of them things, okay? I was like, okay, I'm locking it in. Mistake. And you guys know, my fact family members, y'all know I still be making some to this day, okay? All right, let's do 17, you guys. So solve. ln x equals 1. Yes. Oh, so what we want to do with this? Okay, remember when we was canceling out E, right? When we was canceling out the E, we was doing a whole bunch of natural logs. Well, how can I cancel out the ln? What are the fact families? Like fact families, like, you mean like what times what gives us? Are you talking about factors? The Eve effect? I don't know what the fact families are. Unless you're talking about the factors. Oh, it sounded familiar. Oh, got it. Oh, packed family. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because under, like, you see, like, packed by you guys. Because, you know, it's impact math. No fact. Yeah, so I'm saying packed family. Yeah, because you guys are the pack. You guys are my pack members. Pack fam. So that's what I'm saying. Thank you. All right, so how do we get rid of the ln? Well, we got to take e, you guys. No worries, no worries. So we're going to take e to both sides. Hey, SOS, welcome in, welcome in. E cancels out the ln, and that leaves it with just x, e to the first power. Oh. No, that's what I've been saying. But not like Wolfpack family. I feel like we're more like the math pack family. Like that's what I've envisioned, like the math pack. Like math pack. But it would only let me use so many letters. So I couldn't put math pack. So I just had to say, okay, what can I put in there to make it like but impact. We're a pack family. But I love that. I didn't even connect the wolf pack. But yeah, we're the math pack. I love it, you guys. So yes, B would be our answer. X equals E. All right, let's go to the next. Okay, now, if you were not here last week, this is where it's going to start to get a little bit more challenging because last week we really learned how to condense and expand things last week. So now we're building up on that concept for this week, okay? So what do I mean by that? Remember when we have plus? Do we remember what goes with plus? What operation goes with plus when we're condensing down to one log? So like does multiplication, division, or subtraction go with plus? Does anybody remember? Well, if we want to write one log, whenever we see addition, we multiply these two. Yes, Danielle. Good. It is multiplication. So we're going to say x minus 1 times x plus 1 equals 0. Now, last week, we also learned that if we have a log here, every log has a base. Does anybody remember what number goes down here when they don't write it? Anybody remember? 1? Close. If you add something to that. 10. Yes, it is 10. Good. It's a log 10. It's always going to be a 10 down there when they don't write it. So now that we want to change this to exponential form, well, we're going to swing it on up, right? 10 to the 0 power equals x minus 1 and x plus 1. Now, anything to the 0 power is always 1 equals. And now we have this. Now we need to, we got to multiply this, y'all. Now, we can multiply this all out, but I want us to start recognizing this. We have a plus and we have a minus. Also, we have an x and an x and a 1 and a 1. This is a difference of squares. Does anybody remember what a difference of squares looks like? Put in the chat if you do. What does that difference of squares look like? Let me grab my charger because my phone is about to die. Minus, combine. Oh, hold on, you guys. Charging up. Okay. So what this is going to look like, and now when you multiply it out, you'll get this. But it's x squared minus 1. Because remember, a difference of squares will get us back to here. We go to straight two parentheses. We go to a plus and a minus. And then we say, what times what gets us x squared? X squared. What times what gets us 1? Well, 1 times 1. Oh, good. Jumpy Jan, I love when I see those O's coming in. Hello, Claudette. Hello. Welcome in. Claudia, I did send out the worksheets. So hopefully you guys got them with the schedule this week. No, you right on time. You on time. If you made it, you're on time. That's what I always say. So no worries at all. All right, let's solve for this x squared. But this is the one that we're doing tonight, okay? Yes. We're doing the College Algebra expos and log equations. All right, so now we're going to add 1 to both sides. And we get 2 equals x squared. Because remember, we want to get rid of the stuff that's on the other side. And then how do we get rid of a square, you guys? Put it in the chat. We have to square root. Square root always cancels out a square. But remember, whenever you take the square root of a number, you put plus or minus square root. But with logs, you have to be careful because you can't take a negative log. Like you can't take a negative log. So our answer for this is going to be A. X equals the positive square root 2. And that's our answer. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, we have another one. Solve. All right, they gave us 1 log. Remember, I'm going to put this 10 down here. X plus 2 equals 1. Because I'm trying to get rid of this log. Oh, needed a screenshot? No worries, Jumpy Chan. Perfect. All right. Now, remember, if I want to get rid of the log, I have to change it to exponential form. So I got to do that swing. Swing it. And we're going to write x plus 2 equals 10 to the, remember this goes up, pushes up to the 1 power. All right, well, 10 to the 1 power is 10. And then, what's our answer, you guys? A, B, C, or D? What's our answer when we solve for x? C. Good, Jumpy Jan. Yes, good. It is C. Because if we minus 2, x equals 8. So wonderful. All right, let's go to 20. Solve ln x to the second power equals 4. All right. So if we have ln x to the second power equals 4. Now what you want to ask yourself is, what cancels out this guy? How can I get this guy by itself? Well, E. I got to take E, but I got to do it to both sides. Good. Yes. So, good. I see those E's coming in. Good, Pack family. This is going to cancel. And we have x squared equals E to the 4th power. Now, how do we get rid of a square? We got a square root. Yep, good, the Eve effect. And whenever we take the square root of a number, remember we put plus or minus. E to that, what's the square root of 4? 2. And so A should be our answer. Any questions, you guys? Any questions? All right, let's keep it going. Good. The Eve effect. I'm glad it makes sense after I explained. Good. That's good. And hopefully, like if you keep on trying them, see, that's why I started giving you guys the practices. Because even if you print out another copy and you practice, even if you're practicing the same ones, you guys, with a fresh new copy, see if you can, how many you can do by yourself and see where you're going wrong. That helps as well. Remember that every time you practice, if you have something I would say do one page, try one page all by yourself without looking at anything, see how far you get on them, and then go back, compare it, and see where you're going wrong. What did I miss? Where did I get lost at? And then start working your way through the problems that way. And that will help you grow in your math knowledge, you guys. So let's do this one. Repetition is best. Yes. Yep. It is. Log 5x equals -1. Good. I'm yeah, it is. It's a repetition thing. That's what I'm telling my daughter with this multiplication. She's like, we got to do it again. I'm like, well, tell me what. I'm like, tell me what 5 times 8 is then. Oh, she started falling out. I'm like, that's why we doing it again. I got to be able to ask you, and you got to just know it like this. I want her to just know it I really truly believe the kids that go into 3rd grade, the more multiplication, if they go into 3rd grade and end in 3rd grade with their multiplication memorized, 4th and 5th grade is they have so much a better experience with math. When they go in, it just starts them. My son's going into 3rd grade. Oh, the Eve. Okay. What I'm doing with my 2nd grader, because she's going into 3rd grade this year as well. Oh, I can't believe I'm having a 3rd grader. But it's man, she just started kindergartner. But the Eve effect, please, I'm telling you, my daughter doesn't know no multiplication. She went out of 2nd grade. They didn't get to multiplication. So this summer, I just been having her do, I started her with zeros and ones. She got them down, try to build up the confidence. And then I started doing doubles, twos, and And then just been working. We've been doing, now she's all the way up to 5s or 6s now. She's up to 6, but I'm just having her writing them every day during the week. I have her write, like, I just have them write it twice. He has multiplication flashcards from the Dollar Tree. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Good. Yeah. Yep. So I just have her write it twice. And, you know, it's like, it is what it is. I'm hoping I can save her the headache. I'm trying to get her to understand, you know, kids, they never know what's to come, but you try to just lessen their, the hardness for them. I start having him write them out, like his spelling words. Yes, exactly. Yep. That's what I would do. And it's like, it only takes her like, I would say 20 minutes max, or not even that, if she's not complaining for most of it. You know what I mean? If she's not complaining, it'd be perfect. Good, Jumpy Jan. You said B. Beautiful. Good. Yep, I'm having her go through 1 through 12. I know some people said do 10, but I said let me just go through 1 through 12. It won't hurt. But I only having her do, like, I only did, like, when we first started the summer, we had 0 1s. And then I did 1s, 2s, 3s. And then I just did that for like a couple of weeks just to make sure lock in. And then we did 4s, 5s, lock in. Yeah. So just go steady. Like, don't overload. X equals 5 to the negative 1. And yes, Jumpy Jan said, yeah, yep. I'm just trying to make her try to memorize as many as possible. Yep. And I think with just writing it 2 times a day, I just have her write it. I just have her write it once a day, but I just have her write all of them, like 0 times 1, 0 times 2, 0 times 3. You know, like not the zeros, but like the 1s, 2s, 3s, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Oh, I should show you her book. I'll show you at the end, you guys. But here it goes. Am I terrible? My mom made me do this, and I feel like that's the only way I had to. So she has to write them, like, so I write this, and then she does this, and then she writes them 2 more times. 4s. This is what I'm talking about. See? And she goes all the way up to 12. Yep. Tell me, am I terrible or what, you guys? Tell me. Put in the comments. We had to do it for punishment in school. See? You say it's punishment. Oh, man. I'm like, am I going too hard? I just know, like, kids that don't get the multiplication, it sets them up for failure. I can't see how many kids just struggled so bad. Yeah, it is best for her future. I just don't want to see, you just don't want to see her. You don't want to see your kids struggle. So, yes, man, but punishment? Oh, man. All right, so beautiful. All right, let me zone back in, right? So 5 to the negative 1. Well, remember, if we want to get rid of that negative 1, yeah, my mom punished me for struggling. Ooh, she just didn't want you to have a hard life. We do the best we can as moms. We just try our best. We live and we learn. That's what I'm learning through my own journey. Ooh. X equals 1/5. So whenever you want to get rid of the negative, it goes down in the bottom and you have to put that 1 on top. Okay. So, yep. All right, let's go to 23. So solve log 3x plus log 3x minus 2 equals 1. All right. We got a plus sign here, right? We have a plus sign. Remember, we need to make it into one log. So let's do that. We're going to say log 3. And then when we see addition, what does that mean for this? Multiply. X times x minus 2 equals 1. Now, good, Danielle. Yes. So now we can do our swing. Swing it, swing it, swing it. If we want to get rid of the log, remember, we got to swing it to exponential. So we could write 3 to the first power, because remember, with this thing is pushing this up, equals x times x minus 2. All right, let's distribute. So let's distribute this in, because whenever we have an x on the outside, we got to multiply, right? So x times x is x squared minus x times 2 is 2x equals 3. All right. Now we want to bring this 3 on over. It's a positive. Hopefully in your mind you're saying, subtract it, subtract it. You get 0 equals x squared minus 2x minus 3. All right, now we got to say, can we factor this? Let's see, can we factor it? I think we can. Okay, we got double negatives. When we got double negatives, do we remember what our signs have to be? When we have double negatives? Good, Danielle. Yes. A positive and a negative always. When you got double negatives like this, remember positive and negative. And then x times x gets us x squared. And then what times what gets us 3? Well, 3 times 1 does. But which one has to be the negative? Well, if we make the 3 negative and the 1 positive, does that get us the negative 2? Yes, it does. So 3 is going to be negative. 1 is going to be the positive. Now, most people want to stop here. Remember, whenever we got something equal to 0, we got to solve it. So we're going to drag it up here. X minus 3 equals 0. What if 1 was negative? Okay, if 1 was negative, great question. Like if we had the 3 positive, see how we do 3 minus 1? We get a positive 2. Well, remember, we don't want a positive 2. We wanted a negative 2. So that's why we know 3 as a positive and 1 as a negative does not work. Great question. Okay, that was a good question. And then, so now we're going to say x plus 1 equals 0. So now, yeah, no, good, yeah. And then if we have x by itself, add 3, add 3. So x equals 3. And then if we minus 1, minus 1. Well, x would equal negative 1. Now, remember how I was telling you logs can't do like a negative? It comes out undefined or something like that. Let me show you guys why in the calculator. So if you put in log like this, and then of negative 1. See how it says math error? You cannot take a log of a negative number. So although we got x equals negative 1, this one does not work for a log. So this is our only solution. X equals 3. Okay, no worries. Claudel, what is the purpose of logs? The purpose of logs, it's just another function. And it's another function, like, you know how a lot of times they say like quadratic functions, okay? in algebra, a lot of times they use quadratics. Okay, so quadratics will be like this. It'll say x squared equal x squared plus 4. Okay, these are quadratic functions. Okay, logarithm functions, it's just another function. And what logs look like, it goes something like this. And it's a log. So it's just another function that you work with. And so this is like, just like you would use this function to do a whole bunch of things and factor it and solve it. That's what we're basically doing with this log too. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Yep. So it's just another headache. In other words. Hey Mel, welcome in, love. Yes, yes. Does the math apply to the whole Eve? I don't know if it do. I don't know the whole universe, but I know for sure it do. In everything in the real world that we use, we got to know math. We got to know money. That's what I should say. Not, and math is money to me. She said. She said she hope not. Okay. I know the whole universe. I don't know. Nah, E is $2.17 or 71 cents. It's a decimal. E is just a decimal. It's a number. It's an irrational number. That's what it is, to be exact. Okay. All right. And just like we are, good. Country Ashley. Yes, Ashley said, country girl Ashley said, take E to both to the sides, because we want to cancel out this ln. Yes, this is the inverse. So we have x minus 3 equals e to the second. All right, how do we get x by itself? What's the next step? You wouldn't use imaginary numbers with logs. Because remember how I just showed you on the calculator, when you tried to take the log of a negative number, it came out math error? Good, Danielle. Wonderful. That's why you can't, like, imaginaries don't go with logs. Good, country girl Ashley. So we would have e to the second plus 3. And A is our answer. So good. All right. Let's condense. Yep. Let's condense it, right? Okay. We got minus this time. Does anybody remember what operation goes with minus? Divide. Good. Yes. Beautiful. So we're going to write this as ln. And we're going to say x plus 1 all divided by the x. Because whenever you have subtraction, to make them go to 1, we divide these things. Equals ln of 2. All right. What letter cancels out ln, the natural log? E does. Good, Jumpy Jan. Good, Ashley. Yes, Danielle. E cancels. So that means this is gone and this is gone. So the only thing we have left is this x plus 1 over x equals 2. Every whole number we can write as over 1. And now this is where our proportions come in. How do we solve something like this? What are we going to use to solve something like this, you guys? Cross multiply. Good. The Eve effect. Let's go. Yes. We have to cross multiply. So we're going to do 2 times x. 2x. We're going to multiply here. Equals x plus 1. Because 1 times x plus 1 is just x plus 1. All right. We want x's on one side. Two x minus x, x equals 1. And A is our answer. So wonderful. Yes. All right. Let's, everybody got their screenshot? Everybody good? Let's go here. All right. We have 1 log, so we don't have to worry about condensing. Good. Okay, so we got log 2, 3x plus 1 to the 4. The only way we can get rid of a log is by the swing. Swing it, swing it, swing it, swing it, swing it. Remember, I'm swinging this 2 to kick this thing up. So it becomes 3x plus 1 equals 2 to the 4th power. All right. Can you guys put in the chat, what's 2 to the 4th power? Jumpy Jan said A. Okay, Jumpy Jan. Jumpy Jan said it, I'm going to circle it. Jumpy Jan, you ain't sending me off, right? Nah. Danielle said 16. Good. Okay, so 3x plus 1. Good. The Eve effect, 16. All right, wonderful. What are we doing now? Divide by 3 minus 1. Good. Subtract. Yes. Good. Before we can divide, we got to move this. Good. Minus 1 to both sides. Perfect. Now that we have 3x by itself, we for sure can divide. Divide by 3. And like Jumpy Jan said, x equals 5. Wonderful. Great, you guys. Great work. Great work tonight. Good work. This is like by far one of the hardest topics in college algebra. Okay, this is not easy at all. So great work. Tomorrow we are going to be doing at 1 o'clock. We are going to be doing ASVAB, Mathematical Knowledge Test. Thank you, Jumpy Jan, for the roses. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Danielle, for the roses. And then tomorrow night, you guys, we got GED. And I believe it's going to be the algebra practice. We're going to be practicing algebra for all the GED people in PAC family. We're going to be hitting up the algebra section, okay? Yeah, that is also. That is one of the hardest things too, the Eve effect, yes. And then sometime this week, you guys, I don't know when, but I'm just going to jump on when I can. Last week, if you were a PAC family member, you got these bonuses worked out. The fractions and mixed numbers. I still want to do this. Also, we still need to finish our ASVAB arithmetic reasoning from last week. And this geometry one. So, I don't know when I'm going to jump in. jump on, but when I jump on, I know it's going to be early in the morning, but I just don't know what time yet. But I'll send out like a thing on my story when I do, okay? Before I jump on. So hopefully you guys get notified. But if not, I'll for sure see you at 1 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier tomorrow. Yes, thank you. Be blessed, Pack family. And I will have a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everyone.